You're walking across a plain in East Africa at dawn. The grass is wet, the air smells like dust, and your bare feet are pressing into the cold earth with every step. There is no boot, no sock, no cushioned insole, skin against gravel. For roughly 99% of human existence, we walked across these African plains with absolutely nothing on our feet. Our ancestors went barefoot because for the vast majority of our history, their bodies were the shoe. This structure is a dense piece of biological engineering, packed with 26 bones and 33 joints. The star of the system is the arch. When you step down, the arch flattens to absorb the force of your weight, storing that energy like a tightly coiled spring. As you push off, it snaps back. This spring recycles a massive fraction of the energy from every single step. While a chimpanzee's foot is a flexible hand built for trees, the human arch creates a mechanism for grinding, relentless distance. It lets us walk and run with an efficiency no other primate can match. This energy recycling system transformed the human foot into a specialized tool, built to handle thousands of miles of terrain without external assistance. If the foot is a distance machine, it requires heavy-duty protection for its most important surface. Evolution handled that by giving us calluses, a layer of natural armor that grows thicker and tougher year by year. This cross-section comparison, based on a Harvard study, shows how thick calluses protect the sole. Crucially, the nerves underneath still detect texture, pressure, and vibration. This allows the brain to receive the sensory feedback it needs to maintain balance and adjust to the ground. In contrast, a modern cushioned shoe sole cuts off that feedback. Without feeling the ground, we tend to slam down heel first, sending a sharp spike of force straight up the leg. Our barefoot ancestors avoided this by landing on the middle or front of the foot, letting the arch and calf absorb the impact naturally. This spring-loaded mechanic made humans the endurance monsters of the mammal world. We used this efficiency to develop persistence hunting, simply keeping a faster animal moving in the midday sun until it collapsed from heat exhaustion. If the barefoot provided built-in armor and injury-resistant mechanics, it raises a question. Why did anyone ever put on a shoe at all? Pinpointing the first shoe is an archaeological challenge. Plant fiber and leather rot away within a few years, meaning the earliest examples have likely vanished. But while the objects are gone, the human body may have kept a record of them. Paleoanthropologist Eric Trinkhaus looked for the missing evidence by examining what supportive footwear does to human anatomy over a lifetime. When you walk barefoot, your toes constantly grip and push off, causing the bones to grow dense and robust, but shoes take over that work. In 40,000-year-old fossils, the leg bones remained powerful, but the lesser toe bones became suspiciously slender. This anatomical shift suggests that by 40,000 years ago, humans were regularly using footwear sturdy enough to relieve the mechanical strain on their toes. The shift to footwear was significant enough to leave a quantifiable fingerprint in the density of our skeletal remains. For physical evidence you can actually hold, you have to look in extreme environments, places bone-dry or frozen, where leather and bark are shielded from decay. These rare conditions have preserved 10,000-year-old woven sandals in the Oregon desert and a single cowhide shoe, perfectly laced and stuffed with grass, found in an Armenian cave from 3500 BC. These designs were surprisingly sophisticated. Ötzi the Iceman, found frozen in an alpine glacier, wore engineered mountain boots made from bearskin, deer hide, and a netting of bark string. There is a clear geographical through line for all of these artifacts. They were recovered from frozen alpine glaciers, deep caves, and high mountains, the edges of the world. Our barefoot bodies were never designed for these places. The perfect barefoot machine was helpless against frostbite and jagged glacial rock. Survival in these lethal biomes required a new kind of technology. The shoe was a technological passport. It allowed a tropical animal to survive in places it had no business being, turning a biological specialist into a global conqueror.